Today is the 12th of February 2024, and this is a video about cumulative frequency. We are going to look at the introduction. We'll look at the table, how to do the table, and then how to draw the curve. Okay, we've just done 50 videos on some possible questions, so I'm going to take a break. Some questions on higher paper, calculator and non-calculator papers. So I'm going to have a break. We will do some topics, and then we'll go back and solve maybe another 50 set of another video, 50 set of videos, our second set of 50 videos on possible questions. I don't know how that will go, but we'll see. Okay, but I decided to start the topic cumulative frequency, do some graph work with you. Thank you to everyone who have subscribed. Okay, I'll appreciate it a lot if you consider subscribing. If you have not already, share, like, and follow us. I'll appreciate it a lot. In the comment section, you normally see please follow my notes/script. Okay, because for instance, this year, assuming I said 2x squared y, okay, or maybe you hear anything apart from that, go by the notes. Okay, and if the account is not yours, ask for permission. Okay, there are a lot of scammers out there. You don't want to be using people's accounts and putting them into trouble, so ask for permission. And if you are online, beware of scammers. Okay, I just heard yesterday how somebody sent someone an account which looks like legitimate, and then he followed through to the end, and he realized that, oh, this is a false thing. Okay, please don't make sure no scammer gets hold of your account, otherwise they are going to take all your money out. Recap: last video was our 50th video about some possible questions. Okay, watch it. Okay, it will help you a lot. I'll start that today. Okay, this is an example of a non-calculator paper in the and higher. Okay, you are not allowed to use the calculator. Okay, simplify 2x squared y all cube. Okay, so simplify means get the result but make it a lot simpler than it is. Okay, so now the cube means multiply this 3 times. It's like 3 to the power cube is 3 times 3 times 3, this one. Okay, so this also means 2x squared y, another 2x squared y, another 2x squared y 3 times. Okay, now 2 times 2 times 2 is 8. X squared x squared is x to the power 6. Y times y times y is y to the power 3, because y is 1 to y to the power 1. We don't write the 1, but this is how it is. So your answer becomes x to the power 6 y to the power 3. So you simplified. Now accepting starter 2, an example of higher non-calculator paper, 3xy cube. Simplify the same thing. Okay, so it means multiply through 3 times. So 3xy cube, 3xy cube, 3xy cube. 3 times 3, 9, times 3, 27. X is x cube. Y to the power 3, y to the power 3 is y to the power 6 if you multiply. Y to the power 3 again is y to the power 9. So 3xy cube all to the power 3 becomes 27x cube y 9. Okay, so we simplified. Now our last starter, 5x squared y to the power squared. Okay, so all cube. Okay, so 5x squared y squared, 3 times 5x squared y squared, 5x squared y squared. Now 5 times 5 is 25, times another 5 is 125. So that is it. X squared will be x to the power 6. Y squared is y to the power 6. Okay, go back and watch our algebra video, the indices videos. Okay, if you are going to write an exam in a few months, watch the videos, look at the questions, watch the videos, watch the questions, so you can watch a question a day and then put that video away, copy the question out, see if you can solve it by yourself. Okay, and if you can't solve it, go back and watch a video about that. Okay, and then go back and complete it. Okay, don't do things half and half at this stage. Okay, take it seriously. Go back, because as I've shown you, C is easy to achieve and also is a fail, and A star is easy to achieve as well. Okay, so you might know something, you might be taught something. If you don't learn it properly, there is no way. Okay, so please help yourself. Okay, now today, as I've said, okay, we've done 50 videos on higher non-calculator and calculator questions, possible exam questions. Okay, some of them I brought them straight, some of them we use it for our learning purposes. We've done a couple of videos on cumulative frequency, but we haven't done it as a topic. So I just wanted to give you the introduction today show you how to do cumulative frequency table, and show you how to draw a cumulative frequency curve. Okay, and then tomorrow we'll do more examples on that and we'll explain. Okay, so as I said, we are pausing now to do some few topics. Okay, then solve some more possible questions. Meanwhile, go back and make sure you can solve and answer these questions I've just said, that so that if you get similar questions, you can answer them and properly and collect all the marks. Okay, I've just said that. Now, let me not waste time. Cumulative frequency curves. Okay. We use group data. You remember we use group data when we're looking at mean, mode, median, and range. Okay, so cumulative frequency too, you will use group data. That one, we've done a lot on that. Okay, so for example, 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50, and so on. Okay, they will give you this and it overlaps. Okay, but you have to decide how you want to use it. Okay, use when the actual value of the median, mean, and mode and range are unknown, so you can get the estimated value in these. Okay, the midpoint is used as the estimated mean. Okay, this one here. Okay, we are here now. Group data can also give us estimated median and the interquartile range by plotting a cumulative curve. Okay, frequency curve. Okay, you can only get this in group data, but another way of getting the estimated value is to plot the cumulative frequency curve. Okay, so as I said, we are looking at the introduction. So the cumulative frequency curve is also called the OGIVE, that word here. Okay, because it's a curve, so it's called the OGIVE, or the cumulative frequency curve. Okay, therefore the measure of the spread used with median becomes the interquartile range. So the median is in the middle, the lower quarter is the 1/4, okay, from the y-axis, and the upper quarter is the 3/4. The median is the 50th. Okay, so because our graphs will not be the same, you can get the estimated value, but you shouldn't be getting, if the answer is 17, maybe you can get like 17.5, somebody can get 17.1. Okay, but if the answer is 17 and you got 13, then that means there's something wrong with your curve. You didn't draw it properly, and the curve is drawn by freehand. It's not like a straight line joined together. You use your free hand to draw. It's a curve. I'll show you what I mean. This is more accurate / better measure of spread as used in the middle half of the data group data grouped. Okay, so you remember when we were doing graph work earlier, we saw outliers. Okay, we did a thing about a shop where maybe one day they sold like 120 something thousand, another day they sold like 130,000. Okay, that those two are outliers, so you are going to get a wider range. Okay, but assuming you had we saw another group data where they had even sales, so like 56, 57, 58, 56, 50, 60. Okay, unlike there was another shop that we did earlier videos on this, we saw those. Okay, so if there's an outlier and you plot a cumulative frequency curve, the range might be fast, but you can get estimated value for the median at the lower quarter and upper quarter and use that for your decision. Okay, this is the outlier I'm talking about. So for instance, if you have a lower range of 4 and an upper range of maybe 47, okay, that is very big range. But somebody can have a lower range of 21, okay, and a 21 here, and an upper range of maybe 27, and that is a close range. But here, because of the outliers, that word, when you draw a cumulative frequency curve, the median, the lower quartile and the upper quartile can help you make accurate decisions. Okay, whilst ignoring these outliers. Okay, meaning unlike the range is not subject to extreme values. Okay, that's what I've just told you. Now, before you can plot a cumulative frequency curve, you have to plot a cumulative frequency table. Okay, normally there's they'll give you this part here, this two column. So depending on what they're asking you to do, then you have to go ahead. Now, assuming I wanted to find the mean, okay, then I have to find the midpoint, okay, which is my x, the midpoint of the minute early. This is the minute early of maybe the bus. Okay, we always talk about late, so let's talk about early today. So this is the minute early, the bus came. Okay, or maybe the aircraft was ready. It can be anything, but let's talk about minute early rather than late today. And this is the frequency. So 0 to 10, 27, 0 to 20, 10, 20 to 37, 30 to 45, 40 to 54, 50 to 62. Okay, now assuming you were not drawing the graph and you had to draw the find the midpoint, okay, then you are going to find the middle of the minutes, which the midpoint of the minute, which here will be the lower and the upper divided by 2. So I've done that here 5, 15, 25, 35, 45, and then 55. And then you multiply your midpoint by your frequency. Okay, you total that, you total the frequency times the midpoint. You total it. I've not done that. Okay, and then you use that, and then the total of the frequency, you divide F sigma f of x over fx, and then that will give you the mean, which I'll do in subsequent video. We've done that. Okay, but today I want to show you how to do a cumulative frequency, which we've done in the exam topic. Okay, so they've given you these two columns here, minutes early and frequency here. Okay, your first step is to use the upper range, that bit here. Okay, so the upper limit. Okay, so because it overlaps, okay, now you are going to use 10. Okay, so less than 10 here, less than 20, less than 30, less than 40, less than 50, less than 60, because you don't want it to overlap. So that's what you are going to plot this column here on your x-axis. Okay, now the cumulative frequency, okay, is this is your frequency, so you compound it. So the first is 27, then you add 10 for the next, which becomes 37. Add 7 to 37, you get 44. Add 5 to 44, you get 49. Add 4 to 49, you get 53. 2 to 53, you get 55. So this column goes on your y-axis, that column, the frequency, cumulative frequency, okay, goes on your y-axis, that column here. Okay, we are doing the landscape thing, so I'm trying to adjust my hand several times. And then the upper limit goes on the x-axis. Now these two columns is when you are doing the mean, okay, which we'll get to that, assuming the question asks you to find that. But today we are just going to use the first 4 columns here. They'll give you the first 2. You create the third one and the cumulative frequency. The cumulative frequency here goes on your y-axis. The upper limit goes on your x-axis. Okay, I hope you understand that. So the cumulative frequency diagram will help us estimate the median and the lower quartile. But if we want to find the mean, the lower and the upper quartile, but if you want to find the mean, then you have to do this extra 2 tables as I've shown you. But today we are not going to find the mean. I'm just showing you how to do the next 2 columns so that you'll be able to use it to plot a cumulative frequency graph. There was a question in the non-calculator paper, I think, where they gave us two data, group data, and they asked us to plot a graph, and I ended up plotting 3 graphs. Okay, it's in some of the possible questions. Please go back and look for it. Okay, now cumulative frequency diagrams will help us. I've said that estimate median and quartiles, lower and upper. Okay, now estimate, because we all will draw the curve differently. Okay, but the examiner knows which answer. So as I said, if the answer is 20 and you got 13, you are far away. You might be wrong, or maybe you haven't sorted your table properly. But if the answer is 20 and you got maybe 19.5 or maybe 20.5, you still get the answer, because the curve is a freehand curve. Okay, now let's look at this group data here and the curve I got. So here is my group data, and this is what I got from my cumulative frequency curve. Okay, so that is the curve here. So on the x-axis, as you can see, minutes early, I use the upper range. So from 0 to 10, I'll plot using 10. 20, 10 to 20, I'll use the 20. So you're using the upper limits to plot on the x-axis. Okay, so instead of writing x, you write minutes early. And then on the y-axis, cumulative, so you accumulate the frequency. Okay, so I'll use on the y-axis. Okay, now if I look at my table here, my cumulative frequency is up to 55. Okay, when I accumulated the frequency here, so my y-axis, I make sure I got it up to 60. I use a scale that will give it to me up to 60. On the x-axis, the upper limit is from 0 from 10 right down to 60. So I still started from 0 because it's 0 to 10. But instead of plotting 0 and 27, I plotted 10, this column here, and 27. So you are going to plot this column on the x-axis with the corresponding cumulative frequency. So on the x-axis, when it's 10, your y will be 27. When it's 20, your y will be 37, and so on. Okay, this is the table. Ignore the last 2 parts. I'll explain it in the next video. So when I did that, okay, at this moment we all know how to plot the curve. Okay, so the curve should go that way. Okay, we saw it, and then maybe if there is more, it should go up there. But when the data I was given, this is how my curve went after plotting the points. If you look at it by eye judgment, 10, I started from 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. And then my cumulative, even though it started somewhere like 27, okay, it's still from 0 to 10. So I started from 10. Okay, if I shorten the graph, maybe I'll get a more accurate curve, but with my free hand I went that way and then I went that way. If there are more points, it is going to go that way. Okay, so on the y-axis, this is what I got. Okay, and that is my equal scale, 0 to 10 to 20 to 30 to 40 to 50 to 60, and that's my cumulative line. I have a title. This is an example. Okay, a graph of cumulative frequency, okay, against eliminates, and that is my OGIVE or my curve. Okay, so this will be our introduction. Tomorrow I'll bring because it takes a lot of time, I'll use the starter to solve one question, and then I'll use we'll do another question again. I'll see how it goes. Okay, I'll think about it, and then we'll see how best we can do that tomorrow. Okay, but I'll try and show you two graphs tomorrow, two cumulative graphs tomorrow, and then we'll solve it. I'll draw the graphs and come and show you. Okay, thank you so much, okay, for joining me in today's video, and I'll see you in the next.